Imagine it's a sunny day, mid-April, and you are all screaming your heart out to support Campestre in the Copa Tradición. In the heat of the moment, between songs and chorus words, you let it clear that you hate Moderno and want them to lose. At that same moment, folks from Moderno are doing just the same thing against us. Funny thing is that in that very moment of competitiveness and opposition, something has gone by without us even noticing. We don't realize that the subject of our courses is exactly like us. If you look at it, we are all gomelos sharing a common goal, to support our soccer team. That which we hated and insulted was, deep inside, a mirror of ourselves. This example is not only saying about some high-class rolos competing for a soccer cup, but it is a basic pattern of human nature. You hate it, you own it. This sort of attitude is also found in politics and in economics across history.
One evident case of this is the Great Depression, a worldwide economic downturn that began in 1929 and lasted until 1939. It was the longest and most severe depression ever experienced by the industrialized Western world, sparking fundamental changes in economic institutions, macroeconomic policy, and economic theory. Images of bread lines, apple sellers on street corners, shuttered factories, rural poverty, and so-called Hoovervilles, places where homeless families sought refuge in shelters cobbled together from salvaged wood, cardboard, and tin, were enormously contrasting the prevailing capitalistic model that was put very high by the American culture with new different ways of approaching economics and politics, namely Marxism and Communism.
These are some examples of failure consequences of certain system. Social injustice, lack of liberty, violation to human rights, corruption, inequality. Most means are owned by a few. The question is, these problems are consequences of capitalism or communism? The answer is both. These situations are some of the basic dysfunctional patterns shared by communism and capitalism. The consequences of capitalism were evidenced during the Great Depression. The free market economy caused the lack of balance between offer and demand. The deflations led to unemployment and poverty. No matter the consequences, the United States still saw in capitalism the maximum expression of progress and freedom. President Hoover heavily opposed to interventionist measures. It was Franklin D. Roosevelt the one who carried out interventionist measures during his presidency. His plan, the New Deal, was implemented with the support of the laborers and the rejection of the business owners because of the closeness of this project to socialism, distance from the capitalist system. But now again, thanks to the New Deal, a recession occurred in 1937, with similar consequences to the ones at the start of the 30s. The interventionist measures, just like the capitalist, turned out to be insufficient, leading to exactly the same social, economical problem. Taking into account the information presented earlier, it is evident that extreme ideologies always create problems. No matter how opposite two ideologies may look, both lead to very similar consequences. It is as if a blind was trying to get out of a room using different color sticks. It is unexpected to get a different result with a different stick. But we still have a chance to get out of the room. That which blinds us is the contradictory posture of believing we are right and yet embodying that which we criticize in the other. So, to get out of that room, we must have a complex and non-polar understanding of the world. Just in that way, we can have social justice, diversity, and cultural and structural peace in this world. Oh, it's not too late. We can still change the situation. Democracy, the system, give us this possibility.